I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush till life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm in a hurry and don't know why.
Okay, apparently you guys don't understand manufacturing. This is supposed to be fast. Why aren't you building and moving parts? You have to build faster and move faster. Those parts, if they're done, need to get down there. Need to be faster. We need to move. We gotta make money if we don't make money. Hey, whose line is this? Whose line is this? These aren't built right. These aren't built right. Those are wrong. Those are reworked. Send them down. Those are built wrong. Take them back. Let's go. Let's go.
See, we're not doing you.
Those you can't have really got blue set up.
Didn't I say?
Now you gotta set up blue, right? She's waiting to give you parts. These people, if it's a simple schedule, can't you follow a schedule?
Don't mess up a lot.
Good grief, people, we need to get parts out the door. Let's go.
You can use light blue or dark blue.
Yeah, blue is blue.
Blue is blue. We're not that good.
Customers just want it blue. They don't care
Got it, girl.
Let's go. Run.
Yeah, move it.
We'll move our stuff.
How are those accounts doing down on the end? You guys doing anything yesterday?
Nope. We're accountants.
Apparently we don't need accountants. They're not doing anything anyway.
We're not doing anything.
I mean, again, wonder if I need trucks to ship. We're not shipping anything.
We can save on fuel costs today.
2 minutes.
7 drivers home.
The shift was half done. You guys should have half your sheets filled out. You guys have no trucks loaded?
Do some work here.
We have no trucks. How come we have no trucks loaded? Those are built wrong. Nancy, quality issue. Those are built wrong.
That's finished parts.
Who trained these people?
I don't know. They did a poor job.
You did.
Where's the rest of it? It's only 3/4 done. Send them back to second phase. Boy, I tell you, guys, we gotta.
There's nothing on this truck.
Train these people better.
What is this?
We gotta have quality parts.
I don't know what
I
I'm
don't
doing.
know if they're done. I'm just doing regular.
Where do we get this batch of employees?
Customers don't pay for scrap or rework, they pay for quality parts. We still have nothing. I think do we have a truck shipped? Or are we close?
We're close.
I think we have. Can you mix the
Are you
colors?
just gonna catch those before I yell at you?
Oh,
Okay, probably
Can we
good.
mix the colors on the trucks?
Nope. Gotta listen as the color is there.
You need some white. Go, you ship something.
It's gonna look like that. There we go. You got those 4 of those.
Parts me. We gotta get truck shipped.
You guys right now.
We're 3 minutes 30 seconds in.
I don't see any full trucks.
Hey,
I'm waiting on them.
what do we have for parts
I'm an
going out?
accountant. I can't build it.
We're gonna have a ship one going in a minute when they get them full.
You have no parts on a truck?
Bring in some white. I want some white.
Mark, this is awful. Nancy, it's not much better.
Oh, we're getting there.
Stop! Hold your parts and stop where they are. While they're doing that, everybody else needs to kind of try to split your attention between them and me. Okay? First thing I want to do is I want to talk about your performance. Because we do performance reviews, right? We do annually or semi-annually performance reviews.
This is going to be ugly.
Does anybody here feel like they should have a raise? Let's look at table 2 because we need to make product to make money to get a raise.
This one.
She's on that too.
Oh, she's on that team. Oh, we'll look at table 3. You guys got, you know what? She could have saved you because she did better than he did. So she just set you up for failure.
I ran fast, it's their fault.
But she didn't ship any trucks. But what's she saying? I ran fast, it's their fault, right?
30.
How often do we hear that?
She blamed the supervisor for not knowing how to set the truck.
The process inventory is 30.
I tell the truth. But you listen to your supervisor, remember that, okay? You listen to what your supervisor
Never listen to your supervisor. Your supervisor doesn't know anything.
You don't-
Managers
yeah,
don't
truck.
know anything. Never listen to
So
them.
you have
They've never assembled before in their life. They couldn't tell you how to
6,
assemble
7
if
pieces
their
that
life
aren't
depended
shipped, so
on
that'd
it.
be finished goods
But
inventory.
what do we have?
Okay.
7 pieces.
Traditional manufacturing, what do we have?
Okay, you've got
We
shipping
have
costs
to
already there, and then you can do
Anybody
your
watch that
revenue,
commercial?
ship parts and revenue off
Oh,
of
what
these,
commercial is it? What
off
company
these
is it?
5 pieces.
I can't remember the name of the company.
So
It's
if it's shipped
horrible.
is 5,
What's that?
Yes.
and then the revenue
The
is
cable
350
company
times
commercial.
5.
Yep.
Cable's talking about how
This
they're
is
going to
nothing.
compete
Are
with
you gonna do that
satellite.
right now?
Oh, we got to come up with new ideas. And what's one of the options? One of the employee, one of the executives says, let's have a brainstorming session.
That's for 2 finished goods, 9 pieces.
That actually happens, folks. That's real.
Shipping.
We do a lot of blame, okay? Instead of looking at the problem and trying to fix it. We just blame manufacturing. Why didn't you assemble faster? We blame shipping. Why didn't you guys ship something else? Right? So what are some problems you guys see? Anybody happy with their job?
So, yeah.
Okay, so if you're not happy with your job, other than one person who's getting their workout, so you have to go to the gym later,
58 pieces, I was doing that.
right? Other than that,
And then
if you're not happy with your job, why? What didn't you like about your job? Had to wait for other people? Okay. What else?
They gotta go count.
This is the class participation part. This is where you give feedback.
I don't know how other people do it. It's just people weird.
Okay, so you only have your vision, right? Your area. It's what we call process centered.
shipping costs, you didn't ship anything?
Okay, when it's process centered, hold that thought, whoever's got it. When it's process centered, we only think about ourselves and what we have to do, not what we have to do to make success, right? What was the other one? Somebody had it?
It's not like a team effort. It's more like
Not a team effort. Absolutely. It's not a team effort at all. It's how do I make myself look good? Because that's what's important, right? Because you have a process review, and that's how we do things in the review process, is how do I look good? Okay? What else? What could we do to make your jobs easier? Anybody?
Have the same order for each one. Like, my first one on mine was blue, and I got white first, so I had to wait until I got blue ones to start doing my job.
Okay, so a coordinated schedule, right? What else? What else could make your jobs easier?
About a supervisor who knows what she's doing.
Okay. How would a supervisor know what she's doing?
if she gave us the wrong parts to begin with.
How would we fix that?
Training.
Training. Okay. The U.S. doesn't train people. We say we do. We give you a week. Isn't a week enough to learn how to do? How many of you could spell in a week? How many of you could speak in a week? How many of you could write in a week? Nobody? Well, then why can't you manufacture parts in a week? Right? Because it takes longer than that to learn. Okay? What else did you need? What else would you need to learn? If I train you, like I showed everyone how to build blocks, I distinctly stood right here and said, you take this, you take a 1x4, you put it on there, and you take a 2x2 and you put it on there. I don't build the parts, but I can build one simple. Why couldn't you guys?
They didn't get to practice.
Okay, no practice, part of training. What else could help them? What would you guys have to do? You all had to take accounting, right? Because you're going into management. How easy would accounting be without your accounting textbook? Any of you think you could pass accounting without the textbook? Heck no. So what is a textbook? It's a learning tool. It's called standardized work. Right? It's a standardized worksheet. So along with training, it's materials. It's reference material. Right? How do I get better? How do I have something to show me what I need to do? Okay? What else could you do to make life better? That's it? That's all you guys need? Well, you guys are...
They had like a picture of what
Okay, the picture? Anything else? You guys are so easy to work with. All you do is a couple simple things and you'll hit my numbers,
A
right?
manager who's not yelling.
Okay. Possibly. That's a tough one. That's such a tough one to do. Okay. All right.
Because when they call you on the carpet and you say your manager told you how to do it, I'm gonna look at you and say, "Who told us how to do it?"
Yeah. Manager's always right. Manager knows, this is something that you in management need to learn. One, managers don't know anything. Number two, managers are always right. You suppose those two conflict? Because that's your life as a manager. You don't know anything, but you're always right. Believe me, that's the role out there today in managers. So how do you fix that? You fix that by managers who are willing to admit they don't know anything. Right? And managers who are willing to admit that they may be wrong. That's two things you really need to take home. How to motivate your people, and how to get them to produce parts you need, but also remember that you aren't the most knowledgeable person in the world. There's always somebody smarter. There's always somebody smarter. Okay? The best thing you can do is surround yourself with very talented people that strengthen you what you have, strengthen your knowledge base. Okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up here. We're going to help you a little bit because we need to kind of get the simulation going in a certain direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what we call a waste. There are wastes in manufacturing. These wastes are what Toyota built the principles of the TPS or Toyota Production System on. The easy way to remember them is of course by a phrase. Tim Wood. Okay? Waste of transportation. Waste of inventory. Why is inventory a waste? Nobody in here is an accountant, so I can say it and not have to worry about screwing people up. Why is inventory a waste? Why? Sitting on the shelf. We had to pay for this. Right? We had to pay for this. We had to put money out for this. And if it doesn't go on that truck and go out, it goes nowhere. I have no income for that inventory. So when you're not an accountant, I tell you, you need to have a single train of thought, and that is inventory is waste, inventory is not an asset. In your business classes, in your tests, inventory is an asset. But in real world manufacturing, inventory is not an asset. It's only an asset when it's sold. When the customer has paid for it, it's now an asset. Until that time, it's an expense that's sitting here doing nothing and costing you a fortune. Okay? Anybody ever gone through the 7 wastes? Have we ever heard of those?
We haven't hit them yet.
Haven't done it yet, okay. So we have transportation, we have inventory. What do you suppose M would be?
Think of everything that we did that first simulation. What did you see when you looked at it?
Motion. Okay, it's a waste of motion. Not just running back and forth, because running back and forth with you guys carrying parts could be transportation. But waste of motion in your movements. Okay, ergonomically, we hate this situation. Because if you have to turn, your body twists. And you're twisting and you're grabbing parts, or you're moving, or you're reaching for something. And ergonomically, it's awful, right? What do they teach you if you ever have a job where you actually have to lift things? They teach you to bend your knees, right? You lift from here, okay? If you have to get parts, you step back to get it. But we sit in a chair and we twist, and then we hurt. Not only is that wasted movement, it also dries up a thing called ergonomics. You guys heard of ergonomics? Ergonomics is best described from a manager's perspective as the cost of me not treating you right and you going and having a workers' comp claim. Because you have an ergonomic issue, it costs me money to have the doctor help you. Okay? W. Accountants, shippers, people on the end. What did you do? I paid these guys an entire shift of labor, and they did nothing until 3 minutes in out of a 4-minute shift. Okay? The next two, overproduction, if I can get the spelling right here, and overprocessing. What's the difference? Anybody know? You guys are such a quiet class. You're managers. You're supposed to be loud and obnoxious. That's how we make money as managers, being loud and obnoxious. Okay, overproduction. You needed what right away? Do you remember? Blue. What did you get? White. What happened to the white? It's sad here. Okay? Down here, you had a full truck of blue and leftover blue, but not enough for a full truck. Did you have other trucks ready?
Well, I had some other.
Nothing ready to ship though. So she had a bunch of blue to ship when she needed white and red to finish some trucks. That's overproduction. Okay, producing the wrong parts in the wrong quantity. The other O is overprocessing. Okay, overprocessing is tough to grasp. I can best tell it to you as this: it's using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. Okay, think about that. It's using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. You guys know what a walnut is? You guys know what a sledgehammer is? Okay, a sledgehammer is a big hammer, like used to break down walls. Okay, so using a big hammer to break down walls to crack open a nut. Okay, way too much work, way too much overprocessing. The last waste, some of you found this waste, a waste of defects. How many people had to send parts back and get them rebuilt because they were wrong? That costs labor. It costs time, it costs money. It's a huge defect. Okay? So if those 7 wastes are what we're looking at, keep those in mind over the next 3 runs of what you see that's wasted. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys, because I'm going to try to make your job a little easier. I'm going to have you guys come down here and sit right here. Right next to your shipper person, okay?
While you're doing that, when Mike says waste, does the customer pay for any of these steps? Does the customer pay for the fact that you had to run back and forth? That you had to wait for parts? The fact that you overproduced? No, it has absolutely no value. The customer wants a finished product. He doesn't want any of these other things. He's not going to pay for them.
Believe me, customers today especially don't want to pay for anything they don't have to pay for because it's too expensive. Okay? Now, the other things we're going to do is we're going to try to help you with some of the schedule problems. We don't have a quick fix because in manufacturing things don't change overnight. Okay? But we are going to start the ball rolling. So these guys are going to show you some improvements that we're going to make as we go. Okay? One of those things is a little bit more visual schedule. May not help you yet, but we're working on it. The other one that we're going to provide for you is a work instruction. How to build your assembly. Because that'll be helpful, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have a picture of what it's supposed to look like so you can build it right? Okay? The other thing we're going to do is we're going to try to play a little bit because, see, your manager and your boss, the plant manager, have done a good job of reading up on new things. And one of the new things that we've read about is called Kanban. So we're going to try to help you out by organizing your parts that are coming to you a little better. How many of you didn't like having to sort through the containers to find your parts? Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Okay? You guys already have them, you're getting yours here in a minute. We're now giving you parts separated. Should help you build. Go ahead and lay those tubs out wherever you want so that you feel you've got them organized and you can get to what you need. Now, operator B, you still have that assembly. You still have this setup you got to do on your schedule, okay? You still got to deal with that. But we're going to give you a work instruction for how to do the setup. We're going to give you a work instruction for how to build the piece. Okay, your operator 2 here, there's your instructions on how to build the piece. Alright? Here's your new schedule. It's not fixed yet, but it's a work in process. We got it color coded so it's easier to keep track of where you are in the builds. Okay? You guys go ahead and lay them out where you want them. Accountants, now is your part. Team 1, you should have a delivery percentage and a revenue, or loss in some cases. Nah, this is fine. So team 1, what was your delivery percentage?
What?
What was your delivery percentage?
0.
That good, apparently, because she had to ask twice. Right? 0. What was your revenue then?
0?
No.
Oh, negative 31.
Negative
3,100.
3,100. Okay? I'll tell you right now, guys, that's not the way to run a plant. So your boss is gonna be angry because you can't lose money, okay? Hopefully team 2, hopefully you guys helped them out a little bit. Your delivery percentage?
17%.
Okay. Revenue?
We had a loss of $4,350.
We're gonna come back to that. Team 3, delivery percent?
0.
Where did you get these people?
You had the application same as I did, Bill. You own the company.
Loss of 17,800.
Holy.
We had an awful lot of whip.
Oh, somebody dumped a bucket out, right? Ah! See, when it's in the container, it's contained. It's planned inventory. When it's dumped out, it's now in process inventory. And we have to count it as in process inventory. So I need that number again. What was that?
17,800.
You're fired.
I wanted to be a long time ago.
Team 4?
Delivery percentage 0, loss of 17,200.
Ooh, it sounds like somebody else did that. Okay, right? It goes from raw material to whip as soon as you turn the container over. It gets very painful. Now, I want to stop and go to one thing here. We're going to run this class a little tough, Bill. It might be a little long here. We'll try to get through it. Why did you lose more money when you actually shipped product out?
I think we had a lot of in-process inventory too. Does that make sense?
A lot
Sort
of
of.
process, a
Or
lot
finished
of
goods.
product.
There, who said it?
Think of your product through the line.
Finished goods inventory. Finished goods inventory that did not ship
Added value to-
drove up the costs
Go
of
to
doing
a shop
business.
door.
Okay? We talked about inventory not being an asset, inventory being an expense. Okay? Everybody ready for the next run? It's a 4-minute shift. Go! Shift started.
Check, use your schedule.
Well, Bill, the good news is your company didn't lose as much money as some in the past.
No, it's A. You are A.
How was this new file there for you?
Process and pass.
So what's the problem here? We got guys down there that are busting their butt and we're just sitting here.
Yeah,
What's-
we're okay.
This long process, just build one easier
Yeah.
to work with.
You just do A. Yep, you just do A. That's what you make. And it seems a bit quiet in here today.
Well, it's a minute into the shift. I just got done talking to the boss. I'm gonna come out on the floor and see how we're doing. He's not very happy with yesterday.
Nancy, I think your department's building all the wrong stuff. My department down here has a whole bunch of stuff, but all the wrong stuff. Customer doesn't want it.
I don't care what the customer wants. Bill,
We've almost got a truck shipped. Mark,
who cares what the customer wants?
we're over 25% of the
We're working on
shift
it.
is gone.
Nancy's department is
Hey, just
Screw
bring
it.
out your side of the
Nobody has shipped the truck. Guys, maybe I wasn't very clear.
pretty close.
It's a 4-minute shift, so at 1 minute you should
Oh yeah,
have.
we got one.
Okay, we got one.
There we go.
Finally.
Thank you.
At 2 minutes, you should have
Finally.
3 trucks full. Right? Everybody understands that. At 2 minutes, we should have 3 trucks full.
Let's go, let's go.
You know you have to ship those in a group,
Switch to white.
not one at a time.
All right, we got a truck finally.
I got almost 2 trucks.
Otter, in the middle of the act. You know where you're at? Oh, you
We
know
got
where
2
you're
trucks.
at?
Thank you.
Okay, so you're here at Fort Redmond. Is that where you're at, or where you at?
I'm gonna stay here. There we go.
Okay. You're set up.
Team
Scrap.
building pretty good
We got
today.
3 trucks.
It's 2 minutes. You ought to have 3 trucks full.
We do.
Oh, thank the Lord. Somebody's gonna make you money, Bill.
You have a blue-
Finally. Finally.
You have to build blue parts for the blue setup.
Oh, we had a setup the whole time? Oh, everything not blue. We don't know. This could be suspect. Did he do a setup? Do you know?
I
Did
did.
do
He
at
just
least one?
switched.
He just switched
It
over.
just switched.
Okay, well then, we'll tell you what, if these come back, we're in trouble. You know that, because that's a quality return, and customers will have a fit. Don't look, Bill, you may have just lost money.
I see that.
Okay. Don't forget the setup. When you change colors, you gotta change your setup, otherwise you make scrap.
Can't build white with the.
Setups are so important.
Oh, really?
Hey, Mark, get on this side of the room. What are you doing over here?
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
That's why I only got one white.
Don't let that supervisor over your age.
Don't forget your setups. You've got to change colors when you make scrap. When you make scrap, we have to return it.
Can you work faster?
What's with all this inventory? Look at all the inventory. We got to ship product. That's no inventory. No, inventory is a loss. Remember, it kills us.
We need more of
White and red.
We're doing
white
that part of
and
the
red.
building.
3:40. There's 20 seconds left in the shift.
Looks like everybody's out of white.
How can we not have product?
I need one
Function,
more.
we got one. Oh, man, we're just not getting there. I know.
Can we run out? You need white?
I've been cannibalizing too a little bit.
4 minutes. That's it. Yeah. Stop where you're at. Okay, count your inventory pieces. Let's get those counted. This is whip. This is all whip. Right here. Yep, that's your in process. You also have her in process. Do you have any pieces out? Hers is zero.
We efficient over here.
Finished goods are what's.
What's not shippable?
Right. Anything that is not a full truck
So all this you gotta
is
count up.
6 for whip.
is
plus
finished goods inventory.
Here, and these are 2 apiece.
We got all this counted.
Whoops.
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing as you're doing this. We let you go a little bit. We've given you a little bit of freedom that normally we don't give you.
44. Add that
Normally,
to the
we are
6.
very, very, very strict on setups. We can't have a setup that's questionable. And we're very strict on lot production, meaning you can't move parts until you build all that it says to build. And we let several tables that I saw slide pieces one at a time into shipping. So our managers need to do a better job because their review is going to show that they weren't building like they were supposed to. Okay? It's called batch production. Okay? Batch production is when we build a large number of pieces and then move them all at one time. Okay? What happens is, batch production gives us this, inventory. Because it's batch production. Batch production gives us inventory, which is a waste. It also gives us waiting, because all those parts and all that labor, all you do is just sit there waiting for the right thing because you're building in batch. Right? Operator 2, you guys hear this operator B's? How many of you had to wait for parts again? Okay, so you built a batch, which caused inventory, while they had waiting. 2 wastes. So what can we do to eliminate waste? What can we do? Any ideas?
Why don't we just start go all one color at once instead of switching up the colors?
Why not go all one color at once? What would happen? It's a good idea. What would happen? What could happen?
You only be shipping out one type of product.
Right. Only shipping out one type of product. What happens if your customers want the blue or the white and you're building red? Because remember, you're here to satisfy a customer, right? If you don't make what they want, you don't get money. You get money, you don't get paid.
Because then you're not waiting and
You're on the right track. Okay, but instead of building all one color at one time, what if we could build what the customer wanted, when they wanted? Okay? How do we do that? How do we build what the customer wants when they want it?